Water has beauty. Water is necessary for human life, but it can also be dangerous. Every 6 seconds, a child dies due to lack of access to clean water. Corruption is a primary cause of this. The Water Integrity Network fights corruption and promotes transparency and integrity in the water sector. Access to water is a human right that no one should be denied. Water quenches thirst, grows crops and generates power. Water is fundamental to sanitation and it's a vital resource for everyday life.
Water is the lifeblood of the planet.
Without actual drinking water, it's impossible to live.
Water is a complex, subtle question.
That is why it's so important, that's why we have to manage it correctly.
Corruption makes access to water difficult and it makes existing problems in the water sector more challenging. It can be dangerous, even deadly, but for many, it's part of everyday life. The price of corruption is high and the greatest cost is borne by the poor.
Corruption really strips away resources that are vital for our survival and good health.
Poor people have to pay more for water.
Half of the corruption problem comes from people demanding quicker hookups.
It's very hard to say this is now killing that girl, or this is now killing that baby, or killing that family. But overall, it's killing people.
Tackling corruption is best done by promoting integrity and transparency through public action.
Integrity in particular means a lack of corruption.
Using water in an efficient manner, using water in an equitable manner, and making sure that everybody has water for their basic needs.
Transparency is about openness. It's about showing what you're doing, not hiding things.
It means a democratization of decision-making and information.
The Water Integrity Network is a global movement that brings stakeholders together. It supports local action, and it creates a shared platform for finding solutions to corruption in the water sector.
WIN is unique in the sense that it's addressing both the global and international level of donors who give money, experts who figure out water supply systems, as well as the government levels. And then WIN is also working at that local level to empower people and communities to demand that change that they need.
A network to discuss issues of corruption, to try and find solutions to dealing with the corruption issues. But not only corruption, WIN is also about promoting what we often call water integrity.
We try and raise awareness. We try and make different actors work together and talk together and come to an accord among themselves. We're just trying to facilitate discussion and facilitate that all these different actors find each other.
We just want to let them know there is a network, there is a foundation, there is a place where you can exchange, where you can get information.
For an NGO, for example, in Nigeria, it gives them more legitimacy and it empowers them more to be a part of a global movement than just work alone.
Corruption in the water sector cannot be fought without joint action. Power lies in numbers. It is only with strong partnerships and networks across borders that we can achieve something.
Action is now needed. So going from the research, going from the awareness globally, water counts, I think it's taking it into action and looking at water in all its forms.
You don't actually have to fight and go out in the streets. You don't have to be an activist if you don't want. But just the mere fact that you spread information, that you make people aware, that you raise, the ability to link up and to understand how the issues are linked to each other. That's a good and ambitious goal.
The first thing that needs to happen is that poor people need to be involved in decision-making that affects them.
They have a right to access to information, and through that information they can demand more because they know that what their rights are.
The people are one key driver of that, as well as politicians.
I want to fight together with a lot of people. I would like to see coalitions happening, and I would like to see political commitment, real responsibility, and then we can make a difference.
Together, we can win the fight against corruption.